We've actually started implementing automated function point counting using the CAST tool. So that will let us go in and get the delivered code and the data model, and we can generate very, very quickly an automated function point size on the actual delivered application. And above and beyond that, I can look at this and I can say, well, here's my Java capability, and here's the function points assigned to that. I can look at my free and open source database, something like Cassandra, and see where my data requirements come from that. I've got a COTS tool that gives me query capability, and I can map to that. So depending on what the technology is, I can very often map now my fulfilled requirements to a technology and see what the cost was per technology platform, which is very valuable to us because it varies. It varies depending on how you're implementing the functionality. So usually a COTS product is going to be cheaper. If I'm reusing a GOTS product, that can very often be nearly free, except for the integration and test cost. But if I just look at the composite, I don't get as granular a picture of the cost, so my cost estimate isn't as good. We don't want to impose additional costs on the Agile projects because they're saving us money, and they're typically delivering things more quickly. So if I start adding extra burden on them, I'm increasing the cost and I'm increasing the time, and I'm getting things out to the warfighter slower than I am now. So we would like automated tools which let us do this without impeding the development team. That's particularly important to us. CAST is the only one that's implemented the automated function point counting standard now that's been introduced by CISC, and it's an ISO standard now. So because we are a government agency and now I have an ISO standard that I can fall back on as my basis for doing this, it makes it easier to sell it and makes my business case that much easier to explain. One of the missing pieces from the puzzle is if I've got an application and I'm rolling out functionality to it every year, adding to it, it's not that difficult to look at that annual delivery and quantify it because it's a finite capability. But if I look back and I've got 5 or 6 years of prior development that's already happened that we haven't looked at yet, that's a complication. I've got that integration issue that's coming down the field. It's like the gorilla hiding in the closet, so to speak. So not only will the automated function point and CAST let me measure what that waterfall, that annual delivery is by my Agile team, but it'll also let me measure the baseline of the functionality that's in place already. And so that gives us a better handle on the ongoing integration costs. I'm excited about this already, and my management is excited about the possibilities because they see this making things a lot easier for us downstream. And we're being asked to turn things around more quickly with less information as things get more streamlined and more agile. So this should increase our capabilities to do that because it will give us more information and better analytics.